it's OhYoNameTaty back again with another video. In today's video, we'll be doing the review to Malcolm&Marie. Alright, now before I even start, let me just say this. Barry Jenkins said, keep my name out your mouth. Barry Jenkins said, shut the fuck up and keep my name out your mouth, bitch. Tati. That's what he said. Girl, he called me and told me to tell them over there at Malcolm&Marie to shut the fuck up and keep my name out your mouth. Honestly, genuinely, I liked the movie. My mom, she was just like, they just talking too much for me. But girl, it's a dialogue movie. Like, it's only two people. There's only so much you could do when a story is only about two people. It's only two people in one shot. Well, it's not one shot, but in one space, in one area, you know, trying to do a movie together. There's only so much you can do. They gotta talk, girl. Honestly, when I first watched it, like, I cried. Like, I was emotional. The second time I watched it, I had to, you know, really, like, take my time to figure out. It was Zendaya.
I love the acting.
Zendaya will act circles around any of them Disney hoes. Okay, let me say this. Let me be very clear. I've been a fan of Zendaya and Keke Palmer since Zendaya was on Disney and Keke Palmer was on Nickelodeon. I said, watch out for these bitches. I been told y'all. But y'all want to party in the USA. But y'all wanna lay on a bed of thorns instead of giving Zendaya her props. That bitch did that shit. And when I say bitch, I don't mean bitch like let's fight. When I say bitch, I mean like the utmost respect. And you know what? When it came to before the movie even came out, it was critics just, you know, bad mouthing the movie before it even came on Netflix. Like, oh, you know, he's 12 years older than her. She's only 24 and he's 36 or whatever. 30. I think he's 36. Yeah, they were just bad mouthing the movie before we even seen it. Now that I seen it, I kind of understand. No, I kind of understand. But let this girl be grown. She is 24. She is 24. She's an adult. She could drink. She could drive. She could do whatever she wants to. She could, you know, they didn't have nothing to say when Dakota Fanning, well, they probably did, but I didn't hear nothing. They didn't have nothing to say when Dakota Fanning's 16-year-old ass was kissing Kristen Stewart old ass in Runaways and kissing all these other different men in Runaways. She had to get her parents' consent to kiss these old ass people. And nobody said nothing about that. But let Zendaya old ass, 24 ass, young / old ass, of age ass, kiss John's sexy chocolate ass. And they got a problem with it. Now, it was a lot, girl. Like, it was a lot. Like, he was kissing her ass. He was like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I just felt like I was invading privacy. Like, I was like, should I be here? I definitely felt like, what's that movie with Halle Berry? Their Eyes Were Watching God. I definitely, like, wasn't that an Oprah movie? I definitely felt like that when Michael Ealy kissed Halle Berry's vagine, when he kissed her pocketbook, when he kissed her satchel, when he kissed her teacup, when he kissed that thing. I definitely felt that vibe from it. And I remember they was asking Halle Berry, like, girl, how'd you feel? How'd you, like, don't ask Zendaya that. Don't do that. Don't ask her. Cause you know she had pantyhose on, and she could have had a prosthetic right there on her. Cause he turned her around and kissed that thing. And I was like I wasn't expecting. Like, I knew that this was Sam said that this is not a movie about love. This is not a love story. This is a movie about two people that, I don't know. Shit, watch yourself. I don't know what the hell Sam said. Shit, but I was definitely getting that vibe of like, damn, like they definitely trying to like show Zendaya as an adult. Like, now y'all should understand why that bitch won that Emmy, okay? Now y'all should understand why sis won that Emmy. And I don't even like saying sis. I hate that word. I hate saying sis. I hate when people call me sis. Like, you're not my sister. This is my sister Kiana. Kiana don't even call me sis. So,
I don't like that either.
Don't call me sis, but sis did that shit. Okay, moving on. The movie, the only thing that I did notice in the movie that I was like, kind of like, why they keep doing that? And maybe to space out time, they did a lot of peeing, drinking, and smoking. Like, it was just like he done had like 4 cups of whiskey or whatever he was drinking, Hennessy. I hope it was Hennessy. And she smoked like 4 cigarettes. She peed like 3 times. He peed like twice. I was like, they just is. But then again, it is 2 o'clock in the morning, and we don't know. I think they were up until like the sun came up. Then they went to sleep. I don't even know. I don't know, girl. I don't know. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know when they went to bed. Probably like 4, 5. I don't know. But they was peeing and drinking and smoking a lot. And I was just like, why is they doing that? But probably to like space out the movie, because they would have like bursts of talking moments where it was just him talking, just her talking, or both of them going back and forth. And so you needed a break from that, and that's probably the only way he could figure out, because it's only 2 people in one scene. I mean, 2 people in one movie. This dress was sickening, boots down to the ground, fabulous. Like, that was like some drag race shit type of dress. Like, and when I say drag race, don't take it as a dig. Drag race be having some, if y'all really watch drag race, they be having some bomb ass dresses. And I mean that with the utmost respect. Like, that dress was given. Okay, with the heel, when she walked in with the heels, the dress, the makeup, the hair, like, it was all just, I was here for it. Okay, so let me get into the mac and cheese scene. The mac and cheese scene, this man is just selfish. Malcolm is just selfish as hell. And you know what? It makes me think of when people say that, oh, all artists are selfish in some capacity, like musicians and painters and producers, directors, writers. They're all selfish because they put their craft over the people that are trying to be their supporters, their loved ones. And when I mean supporters, I don't mean people like their fans. I mean like people that really have their back and are trying to help them, like their girlfriends, their mothers, their sisters, brothers, people like that. Like, their craft comes first. And Malcolm is just selfish. He is just selfish as hell. But he do love Marie. I feel like he definitely does love Marie, but he felt like he needed to put her in her place, and all this bitch wanted was a thank you. This movie could have, as soon as she said, why didn't you thank me, Malcolm? And then, like, he was like, what? And then she explained whatever she explained, and he would have like, oh, I'm sorry, boo, I'm sorry, baby. Thank you. I really apologize. And the movie would have been over instead of this hour and 15 minutes of him trying to get out of saying thank you to her. Like, damn, just say thank you. He had the audacity to be eating her mac and cheese, lied about getting seconds. It was probably good because it looked good, even though it was in black and white. It looked like she didn't, you know, make it too gummy. Because, you know, if you boil mac and cheese, if you boil the noodles too long, it become gummy. But it looked like she got it right, because he was show us smacking, girl. He was getting on my nerves smacking on that mac and cheese, just digging his fork into that goddamn glass bowl. Like, can you stop? Like, Malcolm was irking my damn nerves the second time I watched it. Like, just smacking on that damn, like, whoa. And then he gonna talk about, Kiki, do you love me? Like, just say you sorry. He just was like, no, it wasn't about you. And then at first, my lips is dry. At first, what made me mad is, when she first talked about it, she was like, I just wanted to thank you, Malcolm. And he was like, and then she gonna ask him, do you think that the movie would have been good if we weren't together? He said no. And then then she was like, exactly, that's what I thought. And then when when the night go on and she was in the bathtub, taking her little bath, her cute little bath, he gonna come in there and talk about Kiki and Sabrina, Katrina. What's that DMX song? It was Brenda, Felicia, Arvin, and Alicia, Arnaz and Arisha, Arvaz and Alicia. Like, this dude just naming hoes left and right. Like, and then he gonna bring up Kiki like, Kiki's so good in the bath, in the heart-shaped bathroom. that bitch let me smash in the bathroom. Like, oh my God, like he just, girl, he a crock of shit, girl. Like, and then he gonna end it, and then he gonna say, girl, I will break you like a twig. I will break, with his bobblehead ass, I will break you like a twig, girl. You don't wanna play with me. And then proceed to say, I love you, baby. Go cry. I love you, baby. I just wanted us to have a good time tonight. I love you so much, Marie. After you done said you sleep with all these women. After you talking about getting your from all these women. And he looked like, never mind. Oh my God. So let's talk about the director, Sam Levinson. Hopefully I said his name right. He is the same director from Euphoria, okay, and part 1 and 2 of Rue and Jules. I like Sam. I feel like in this movie, you can tell that Zendaya and John are probably other black people had input on the writing, because I do not believe that Sam himself was writing, talking about a nigga this and nigga that when Malcolm was doing his little rant about that Karen white lady who wrote about him. I truly doubt it. Sam does not know the black experience. I definitely appreciate that he lets, and I'm not saying that he's the only director that does this. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of directors that let their actors or other fellow writers come in and help when it comes to the different experience from white and black or white and brown people. And I was glad about that. Like when Sam directed and wrote Jules' Path of Euphoria Part 2, she was Hunter was the co-writer for that episode. And so I really felt like we got to see Jules and a side of Hunter through her lens. Like it was beautiful. It was honestly beautiful. But yeah, the cinematography, I love black people. I love seeing black people in black and white, and it's really not done enough. The cinematography, oh my God, there was this one camera angle that I just thought was so crisp and beautiful, and it was just so simple. It was just a pan, but it was this one camera angle, I hope you guys could go back and find it, where Malcolm was sitting outside smoking a cigarette, and Marie just got out the bathroom and she put on a t-shirt and panties. T-shirt and my panties. I'm sorry. And she put on a t-shirt and her panties. She put on a t-shirt and her panties and she came outside and like or was it? Oh yeah, she was trying to the scene where she was trying to apologize him with that one song by Dionne Warwick. Talking about, get rid of him, girl, get rid of him. She was like, no, girl, it's my man. The song, something like that. But before she sat down, the way the camera just panned on Zendaya's face, like, it was just beautiful. It was so simple and beautiful all at the same time. It was just great. So let's talk about the chemistry. Definitely felt like the chemistry was there. My lips is real glossy. Definitely felt like the chemistry was there. Was it like top tier? You know, something that we want to like search on the internet, like, oh, is they dating? Is they together? No, I felt like it was just two actors doing their job, and it was believable. You know, it wasn't no Barry and Iris. It wasn't no MJ and Peter. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't nothing like too deep, but I definitely felt like Zendaya and John were both professional and they did their jobs, and it was believable to a certain extent. I felt like the sex scenes, it's just, and I hate to say this, it's just that we still look at Zendaya, well, I don't, but people still look at Zendaya as a little girl. Like, it took Keke Palmer a while before people start treating her like an adult. And, you know, I just feel like Zendaya is on the right track of trying to prove people that she can do stuff like this. She is an adult and she will continue to do stuff like this. So this movie was definitely giving me a cat and mouse vibe, like definitely Tommy and Jerry. Like every time you think this dude about to get some, then she start an argument, and it all because he didn't want to say thank you. Like she called him a prick, she called him narcissistic, and he was definitely all them things. Like he just wanted to pivot around, not being wrong. He probably was a Taurus girl, because I don't like being wrong either, and I'm stubborn. Because like he just did not want to agree with her that he was wrong for not thanking her. Like he thanked everybody but her. Everybody but her. I wrote, old girl just wanted to thank you, but this is so old girl just wanted to thank you, but this dude is so narcissistic and she's still broken, but that's not what the story is about. The story is not about her being broken, because she's definitely, I feel like she was definitely still insecure. She's definitely still broken. She's definitely all those things. But in the same breath, that's not what the story was about. And then what made me, this is how I knew he was stubborn as hell. And he was kind of slightly a narcissistic and selfish. Everything she said about Malcolm was right, because when she first argued with him, the first argument before she went and took a bath, when he was eating the mac and cheese, and she was like, I just wanted to thank you, Malcolm. That's all I wanted. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, she was just going off with him. He storms off, and she goes and takes a bath. He gonna come to the window and say, what do you mean about mediocre? Like, out of all the stuff she was saying to you, all you got was mediocre? Malcolm. And then my favorite part is, when Zendaya just like blew everything out of the water, like she killed off all these hoes, is when she was like, why didn't you cast me, Malcolm? Like, he really thought that he was gonna get some. He was like, let me go pee real quick. We gonna stay right here. Just let me go pee real quick. She like, okay. And then she would start thinking again. She was like, why didn't you cast me, Malcolm? And he like, oh girl. And whoever, and fuck Taylor on the set. For her. For real.
Why?
Whoever she is, because she got a problem with Marie. Like, girl, her man is the director. You don't need to have a problem with her. That's the wrong one you want to have a problem with, because we will beat your ass. Okay, and so she's like, why you didn't cast me, Malcolm? Da, 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 da. He was like, well, you didn't even try, Marie. Da, da, da. And so she got that knife and she started acting her ass off. She talking about, I effed your friends. I stole from your mama. I stopped taking my antidepressants, and I don't even care that I stole from your whack ass mama. I don't even care that I stole from her rich ass. Don't even care that I took her Prada, Louis Prada Gucci, pop them tags. I be making myself laugh. Like, she just did not care. And she was scaring him. He was just sitting there all shook and stuff. And then he was like, well, and she was like, that's what you call authenticity, Malcolm. And he was like, well, why you didn't do that in the audition? Just for her to sit on that bed talking about, you could have just said thank you. Thank you for making me breakfast in the morning. Thank you for picking out my suit. Thank you for having sex with me. Thank you for being clean. Thank you for being on drugs in the first place so I could write this whack ass story. Thank you, Marie. And then he started feeling bad. All she wanted was a thank you, Malcolm. All she wanted was a thank you. And then she just was like, I'm finna roll over in bed. She rolled over in bed. He got in his little cut off sweats and got in bed. He was like, I'm sorry. Like, that's all she wanted. And I think he eventually said thank you. I think he did. But Lord have mercy. Like, it's just toxic. But I loved every minute of it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and